Hey folks, welcome to Tim's Offgrid. We're going to do a video today that's kind of working backwards. This is going to be a backpacking video. This is a Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning hike. So we're doing a mile on Friday night in the dark. We'll do about 5 miles during the day on Saturday and some exploring. We're going to do a mile back on Sunday. So I always tell folks, target about 15% of your body weight. So if I'm somewhere around 180, let's say, what's 10% of 180? 18. What's half of that? 9. That's 27 pounds. So I'm 183 right now. And to verify that, step on the scale, right? This is what we're going to do on Tuesday night. We're going to weigh everybody. All right, so I'm 183 on the scale. I'm going to put my water back on here and always say, weigh everything. Weigh your water. Weigh all the stuff you're going to carry. Then we're going to go through this bag and I'm going to show you what's in this bag. And we're going to repack it. So this is a Osprey 50-liter bag with an internal aluminum frame. Always make sure the bag is sitting right above your hips. So you got your weight on your hips and pull it tight. And my chest strap broke, but I can still get it around there and I can tie it off if I need to. Because this helps pull the shoulders in and keep more weight off of you because you don't want these going out to the sides. So I end up coming up with a mechanism that works over here. But anyways, back on the scale again, about 212. All right, so 29 pounds. So I'm right at 15%. I'm right at 15% and I'm carrying the extra weight. This is one of those trips you must bring everything. There's no going back to the car to get XYZ. When we leave off on Friday, we're camping to one campsite on the CNO. Then on Saturday, we move to the next campsite. And on Sunday, we hike out. So now, if I wasn't within 15%, knowing that I'm carrying extra gear, what would I do, right? Well, part of it is get a spreadsheet and start weighing your stuff and figure out what it is that you don't want to carry. I'm going to show you how I pack the bag, and the other thing is, you gotta look at where center of gravity is on your back. You don't want your stuff too high, you don't want your stuff too low. Now look at center of gravity here. So I got my hand around the center of this bag, and I'm pretty well packed in terms of center of gravity. Sleeping bag's down here. I've got some miscellaneous stuff in the middle, such as inflatable pillow, my tarp shelter. I've got a first aid bag hanging here. Got a bunch of gear in there. I've got the sleeping mat on the bottom. All right, now let's go through that. I am carrying one of the trauma bags for the troop. Trauma bag that's properly packed. It has, your blood stopping powder, splint, tourniquet, band-aids, all that good stuff. Just your first aid kit alone is 2 pounds and 10 ounces. All right. Start writing that stuff down in a spreadsheet. Because we're doing all dehydrated meals, I'm carrying jet bowls on both sides of this backpack. One jet bowl alone is 1 pound 4 ounces with a canister of fuel in it, and this one's got a canister of fuel in it as well. 2 jet bowls, we're talking 2 pounds and 8 ounces right there. All right. Sleeping mat. You have to sleep on something, especially it is December, right? So just my sleeping mat and its little waterproof cover looks like it's around 2 pounds, 3 ounces. All right. I have the cover that is for the backpack that's in the bottom of the backpack, the Osprey Ace 50. This little cover is 3.5 ounces. So just stick that right back in there. Now remember, once I take all the items I'm packing out, I'm going to show y'all how I packed everything in there. That's probably something you're going to want to watch because you're going to need to know to get your center of gravity right. Here's all my breakfast and snacks. I eat a couple Cliff Bars for breakfast. I eat trail mix and Cliff Bars while I'm hiking. I'm planning around 2,000 calories a day. So that bag of food is 1 pound straight up, 1 pound. All right. I've got the platypus. This is the larger platypus. This is 3 or 4 liters. This is how we'll filter water for everybody on the CNO. It is 12 ounces, all right? So you're seeing how everything is adding up. If you watch some of my other videos, I show you how to fat wood, but we're going to bring some fat wood. So a couple pieces of fat wood, flashlight, knife, whistle, Mylar blanket. No, I don't need it for sleeping in, but if somebody breaks a bone or somebody goes into shock or something, you wrap them in this, they warm up fast. So I always carry a Mylar blanket. I always carry toilet paper. Nature's going to call in between where you're going to find a functioning porta-john. Hand trowel for digging your cat hole. Personal first aid kit, which every scout's going to need to have. And I'm bringing one poncho because I don't expect it to rain, but I'm bringing one anyways. And a very lightweight plastic spork. All that stuff in that top area is 2 pounds, all right? Not much to it. Now, if I have the trauma kit, gotta get rid of the personal first aid kit. The IFAC, individual first aid kit, yes. If I know for sure it's not gonna rain and I already have that tarp and everything else, could I ditch the poncho? Yes. I'm only bringing this because it's got the whistle in it. I could move some of my matches in here and save a little bit of weight, yes. Could I bring a different flashlight? Yes, but this is my backup. I'm gonna have a headlight flashlight as well. I could bring a smaller knife. I don't have to bring the pouch that this hand trowel goes in. So I'm telling you all the secrets of where you need to look to shave weight. All right. One thing I did not have in here that I should have had in there a while ago, and that was toothpaste and a toothbrush. So I'm looking at some of these kits that I had for summer camp, and I know I need some deodorant also. So those are a couple things that as you start going through your kits, you're going to realize that you forgot this stuff. All right. So here we go. I've got toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant. I'm going to stick that in that top kit. I don't think that's going to offset as much, but to offset it, I'm going to get rid of that pouch and my IFAC because I've got that big first aid kit. Other kids are going to have moleskin, and theirs moleskin's going to be the biggest thing that's going to be danger to all of us on this hike. All right, flip this back over, and let's take a look in here. I didn't store anything in the front pouch yet, so you can still put some stuff in the front pouch. All right, inside the bag, and remember where this says 50, you just grab this tab, and you just pull on it. That opens up. Change of clothes, all right? In this change of clothes, I do have a pair of smart wool socks, 15 years running, all right? You spend money on good wool socks, they stick with you forever. My clothes, we're looking at almost 2 pounds. So could I get some lighter clothes? There's 2 underwear, 1 shirt, 1 pants, and 2 socks in there. Because I want to change socks Friday night and Saturday night or Sunday morning, all right? So could you go with less clothes? Absolutely. My tarp has, this is Alps Mountaineering Utility Tarp. The bag says it weighs 1 pound, 15 ounces. Let's check it out. 1 pound, 14 ounces. Boom, that's pretty awesome. And this is a refrigerant scale. So I'm gonna be using this one. It's got 5 tie-offs all the way around it, and it should be pretty much a 10 by 10. I'm bringing the hiking stick. I'm not weighing it because I'm gonna be the whole time, but I'm gonna need this hiking stick at the front of my tarp. So these 2 meals I picked, lasagna and noodles and beef, like beef stroganoff, is because they have the most calories. 710 and 690. One of these I'll eat at lunch, one of these will be at dinner. Cliff Bars at those breakfasts, all right? And let's see how much they weigh. They're almost a pound, 13 ounces and a half. Now I have some other ones. You know, these are some Ready-Wise ones I already had. Pasha Alfredo, we got Asian style noodles. So you can get all kinds of stuff, but check it out. And don't ever go by the 2 serving thing, forget it. So go buy the 1 serving. So $5.50 on this one, $6.50 on that one. Probably got a lot of carbs in it. The mac and cheese that some of the boys like, $6.30 on the mac and cheese. And then here's a Mountain House chicken fajita bowl, $5.60. You really need to watch the calorie counts on these because you need more calories because you're burning a lot of calories. I got an extra fuel container in here because I'm not trusting the 2 that I have, so I'm bringing those extra ones. And look, there's, and that extra fuel is pretty much 14.5 ounces. So if I didn't have some of this extra stuff that I'm carrying for the troop, you know, I'd be, you know, getting down closer to 12% of my body weight or whatever. And here's my 0 degree bag. This is the large version of the Sea to Summit compression bag. And it looks like I'm almost 5 pounds. So that's where I could really shave weight. But it's a dollars and cents with an S initiative when you start thinking about how much I'm gonna pay for that lightweight sleeping bag that also gets me to 0 degree. So we're about 4 pounds, 14 ounces. Let me show you what bag this is, non-compressed. All right, so this is the 0 degree bag, non-compressed. I have 3 of these. I think this one's called a Trekker. Yeah, Trekker Mummy Regular, 34 by 82, 4 pounds, 6 ounces, 0 degree. So that compression bag was like 8 ounces. But well worth it because I was able to compress that enough to get it at the very bottom of the bag, which helped with my center of gravity. So all my bags get stored uncompressed and hanging over the rail up here because I'm on a floor that has a rail. One last area we have to talk about of things that I brought. Matches. It's not just matches. I tear off a striker and I put the striker in here. Strike anywhere matches. They don't always work. The striker will work, all right? You want to fold it up and make sure the matches can't come into contact with the striker. There was once where I had the striker pushed down in one of these, face towards the matches. I took the lid off, and one of them struck the whole thing with whoosh. So if you stick it down in there, face it away from the matches. So we're going to weigh all the stuff that's in this inside pocket. So you got matches. That's if I can't get jet bowl to light with its little striker, and I can't get it to light with my flint and steel. Cotton balls and Vaseline. Starts out like these cotton balls, but there's no way you bring this and that. So I always have small bags of cotton balls and Vaseline as my fire starters. In here, I've got my trusty flint and steel. You want a very large one that produces a heck of a lot of flame. The boys love it when I bring this one as well. This is the blast match. So you can see the blast match in some of my other videos. And this is one where you push down like that and it strikes versus our traditional flint and steel. And I was gonna bring these extra matches, but I brought that container of matches. I'm trying to organize a bunch of the camping stuff a lot more. I got shelves in this other room over here where I got stuff really organized now. All right, that's everything. The last of it is 8.4 ounces. All right, now I'm gonna stick this stuff back in here real quick and I'll show you how I packed everything to make it work for this trip. All right, that's the inside bag. Here goes the sleeping bag. You want that sleeping bag to go to the very bottom. Depending on the size of your bag, it can be easier to zip your sleeping bag into that bottom compartment, or if your sleeping bag is smaller, with these larger bags, it can be a little tough. So the youth might need some elbow grease to get that down in there. So it was pretty forceful for me to get that one in there, but it's in. All right, we've got the tarp. That's gonna be my shelter this weekend. We have my clothes, and I won't need any of those around lunch. What I will need is a platypus and jet bowls. So the stuff you know you're gonna need, you need to keep up towards the top of the bag. So there's the food and the rest of the food. I'll put the platypus on top of that. I'll put the extra fuel right beside that. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Here's the two jet bowls. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that one up right there. We'll flip this over. We had already put the rest of the food back in the top. Two jet bowls, one on each side. So they're easily accessible. If you still have the lid, it helps get it to boil faster, of course. But that one jet bowl, I think I bought in 2010 when they first came out. Now, obviously, there's new technology and stuff like that, but you're always gonna need a pot. So that's why I just bring these jet bowls versus anything else. I can tell you the Pocket Rocket will boil water faster, but I'd still have to bring a pot. Because we did some tests with Pocket Rocket versus jet bowl, etc. in one of our videos a while back. I will take some Gorilla Tape and take this over, because I see where this bag broke. This bag, a lot of this gear, stuff I bought for 2010 hike that we did, that it's just proof that if you spend money on good gear, stuff lasts. All right, I always put this real tight here. I'll fold this over and cinch it down, of course. So when you go back and you're more than 15% of your body weight, you need to go back with your spreadsheet where you weighed everything and think about what you don't need. Because if you're going with a troop, you need to keep a couple pounds free for dispersal of the troop tent. All right. Don't worry about carrying any of these backpacking stoves. We got you covered. We got you covered with water filter also. And then I'm going to put the group trauma kit back on here. I still have storage right here if I want to put something there like snacks. All right. Now let's go back and weigh one more time and see if I forgot anything. And again, make sure that the waist belt is above your waist. And I need to loosen this just a little bit because I tightened it once I got it on. So remember, you can loosen to make this easier on yourself. Now, when you got it on here right, you're going to see it like squeezing in, right? So we should be back around 212, and we are. So right about 212 pounds right there. All right, looking fantastic. Now, we probably saved a little bit because it seemed like we were a pound lighter. So that's 7.84. That little guy was 8. All right. So I was a few pounds light because it was 211 and some change. So I did take a couple things out. All right, hope you enjoyed that video. Remember, about 15% body weight, less if you can. Don't take stuff you don't need. Leave it behind. You don't need a camp chair. You don't need excessive amounts of clothes. A lot of times, people don't even change clothes. They change socks. They might even not even change other things, right? Think about what you can carry on your side. I mean, I can carry this water on my side, and that's not gonna get, my back or anything. I can carry my hatchet on my side also. So think about that stuff. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments area, and I'll help to answer those questions. Get out there and enjoy camp and have an adventure. See y'all.